In today's video, Brunson vs. Dricus Du Plessis is set for UFC 285. Michael Bisping responds to Sean Strickland. MMA Fighters score crazy TKO win in Japan. Jose Aldo to make boxing debut in 2023. And footage of Bo Nickal sparring ahead of his UFC debut. Brunson is ready to rebound. According to ESPN's Brett Okamoto, Brunson is set to return to the octagon at UFC 285 on March 4th against Dricus Du Plessis. The event is expected to take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Derek is coming off a second-round knockout loss to Jared Cannonier at UFC 271 in February. He was then booked to face Jack Hermanson at UFC Orlando, but an injury forced him to pull out of that fight. Brunson is currently ranked 5th at middleweight and recently walked back on retirement talk by saying he plans on 4 fights in 2023. Meanwhile, Du Plessis is a perfect 4-0 in the UFC. Last time out, he picked up the biggest win of his career as he scored a 3rd-round submission over Darren Till at UFC 282. The South African is ranked 10th at middleweight. After news of Stephan Bonner's death broke, Sean Strickland scolded some fighters for paying tribute to the UFC legend.
So I'm going to ramble on about something that just doesn't sit right with me. It might not even be coherent. But Stephan Bonner just died. And like my Instagram feed, Google, it's like flooded with like pictures of like people like, hey, this is me and Stephan Bonner training. We're buddies. Like we used to hang out back in the day. Like I'm going to post a picture about him and get double tap likes. But like, man, the Stephan Bonner I know was fucking nuts. He was addicted to opioids. He got arrested, got kicked out of a hospital because they wouldn't give him opioids. His gym went under during COVID. And, you know, me, I'm an asshole. Like, I'm an asshole. I'm not going to post a picture and say rest in peace. I'm an asshole. But you people that, like, after he died, you post pictures of him in support and all this. Like, well, this man was losing. Where were you? And I'm not saying you had to be there for him. But you weren't there for him then. Don't be there for him now, because now he doesn't need it.
While speaking on his BYM podcast, Michael Bisping responded to Strickland and explained why he doesn't agree with his comments.
So yeah, I mean, look, listen, to a certain degree, I understand his point, but it's just flat out wrong. The reality is that a lot of us are all going through struggles, pain in our personal life, and we don't share that. I mean, that's one of the reasons why mental health is such a big focus right now, because people don't talk about it, certainly men, you know, and his wasn't a mental health thing from what I understand, and what the theory would be is an addiction issue. But to come out and just show our respect, our condolences, our sadness, you know, I don't think it was upon us necessarily. What am I in the wrong for having sympathy and feeling for the guy? Just because I did see him and, you know, he's looking a mess, but what am I going to do? You know what I mean? We're all, as sad as it is, we're all living our own lives. We've all got our own things to take care of on a day-to-day basis. And maybe that sounds insensitive. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? It's only when you realize how bad the problem was in hindsight that it's like, but there's nothing wrong with celebrating the man's life and what he achieved and what he meant to this sport, because if it wasn't for Stephan Bonner and Forrest Griffin, that final fight, you know, we might not be sitting here as, you know, a former UFC fighter and a current UFC fighter right now, because that first season was a massive reason for the growth of this sport.
There is truly nothing like MMA in Japan, as evidenced by Wednesday's Inoki Bombaye x Ganryujima event. Marcus Aurelio scored the most impressive win of the event in Tokyo. Aurelio scooped up his opponent, Hidenori Ibata, and carried him to the edge of the fighting pit before driving him into the mist. Sadly, Ibata was unable to continue due to injury and received his first career MMA loss. It's worth noting that all the fights on the card took place on a platform, and beside the platform was a padded area, but was invisible due to mist. Here's the video.
Oh my God. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt.
MMA veteran Josh Barnett also competed in a moat fight at the cross-promotional event, defeating Ryzen's Shoma Shibisai by TKO after landing a stiff knee to the body.
残り1分。
Jose Aldo will be making his boxing debut in 2023. After Aldo lost to Dvalishvili at UFC 278, he announced his retirement from MMA. However, he was vocal in expressing that although he was done with MMA, he'd still like to take a boxing fight if possible. In an interview with MMA Fighting, Aldo said, "I'm trying to see the best path I'll take right now. I won't fight MMA, that's for sure. I thank everybody calling me from other promotions, but I haven't left the UFC. I remain under contract with them. I'll see where I'll fit. Boxing is a possibility. It was always a dream I had in my life. I never hid that from anyone. It was always a dream. But let's see. Everybody says I'm still young, that I have a few years left. First, for now, with the birth of my son, I want to enjoy my family, and then I'll think of the professional side." Now, Jose Aldo is one step closer to making boxing a reality. According to Anatoly Silyanov, the founder of Hardcore Boxing, Aldo is likely to make his boxing debut in Dubai in 2023, but the opponent is yet to be determined. In an interview with Telekomasia, the founder of Hardcore Boxing said, "On March 18th, there will be a big hardcore boxing event in Dubai. I'm not going to tell you the names yet, but Jose Aldo and most likely even Sergey Crusher Kovalev will be on the card. Aldo will fight with 99.9% probability. We're negotiating with Sergey now." Dana White's Contender Series winner, Bo Nickal, has posted new sparring footage as he prepares for his long-anticipated UFC debut. He's set to take on Jamie Pickett at UFC 285 on March 4th. Here's the footage. Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named Raw Power. Second place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named Queasy Mechanic 9283. And our top pick was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named Daily Dose MMA. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.